Hi guys, today I would like to film a video about periods and the pill, and I really feel like I'm in a womb space right now. Thank you, Jared. So it's really inspired me to film this video that I've been meaning to for a while, because I think it's something that has affected my life, and it's something that I feel very strongly about. So when I was 14 years old, had irregular periods and imbalanced hormones. I'm not sure what a 14-year-old girl doesn't, but I remember going to the doctors and the pill being an option or a potential, I say cure, but something to help regulate my periods. And everyone at school was going on the pill, and I'm not gonna lie, I was like, woo, contraception as well, now I can have sex. And I think for a lot of mothers, it's safe to know their daughter's on the pill, whether they're gonna have sex before the legal age limit in a loving relationship, or at 16, wherever it's going to be. It's still young to imagine your little girl having sex, and to know that they're on that safety of the pill to stop pregnancy. Of course, the pill doesn't prevent you from any STDs or infections. So I always recommend being in a relationship and sacred sex and loving relationships, because then you can both get checked out, and then you can manage this method of natural contraceptives that I'm going to tell you about today. But when I was 14, I was put on the pill, and yeah, it was a safety net for me to know that I couldn't fall pregnant when I didn't want to. And I think you then grow up on the pill. You grow up inducing synthetic hormones into your body, and you don't really know the full effect of that, I don't think, till you come off it. You'd see in the industry I've worked in with millions of women, some would say, or their skin would be better on the pill, or they'd put on weight on the pill, or they'd go crazy on the pill. Some people could instantly know that it just wasn't for them. But for me, now I could definitely look back and see the effects it had on the crazy. But I think for me, actually, it didn't appear to be doing too much to me. Until I came off of it, I didn't realise. Just things like now being so connected to my body and my menstrual cycle, and it being aligned with the moon and everything I'm feeling, it makes me feel sad even that I had all these fake bleeds for all those years, and it wasn't even a real period. And a period is so significant for women, because not only is the blood itself sacred and magical, which I can tell you a bit more about, probably in another video. Where was I going with this? But yeah, we release every month the energies, the toxins, and everything from our body, and that comes out with our bleed. And especially having a real period and being able to communicate with my period, actually, what is this for? What am I releasing this month? What do I need to let go of? So anyone with really painful periods, that's not been associated with other causes, endometriosis and other things, do talk to your period and your body, and what could you be wanting to release this month, and let it go. And I will tell you how magical the blood is. Aborigines would store the blood in a little pocket and keep it on them, and if there was ever wounds, they would fill the wound with the blood. It's this really special, magical stuff that we produce, goddesses. I, for one, I've planted a couple of plants with my blood, and they did sprout before the rest, and definitely stronger, so that there's proof in that there. But I will save the full details of this for another video. But back to periods and the pill, because what the pill did, it disconnected me from my body, and coming off of it and discovering who Hannah really is, I think, and who Hannah's body really is more than anything, is a magical thing. And I think every woman, goddess, daughter, sister. Everyone deserves to have that connection with their body in this lifetime. And I know it's hard for me, you know, when I was thinking of coming off the pill and then I did, you'd panic and you think, oh my God, I've got to go back on it, and you're stuck in this trap because this is all you know. But then at the time, my boyfriend brought me this wonderful book called FAM, and that's the Fertility Awareness Method. And that's where you track your cycles and take your temperature and check your cervical fluid. Now, I bought a thermometer. I'm not going to lie. I think I did it once, because I was able to get so in tune with my body and understand the cervical fluids, and also how my cervix would drop, and I could actually feel the difference on ovulation day. And I think it's great if you take this journey with a partner, because they're also going to be able to recognize your cycle, and you can talk about it together, because you're gonna smell, taste, touch, you feel differently at different times of your cycle. And I think it's a really great thing to learn together, as well as for yourselves. You'll get to know, you know, what goddess you are on what week, because we go through 4 different goddesses a month during our cycle. You know, you all might recognise Kali the Destroyer coming into play a week before we bleed, and you know how wonderful to be able to let someone know that, and just for yourself to know that as well. So tracking your cycles is a really incredible thing that you can do for yourself and for your soul and for everyone around you, but mainly for you. And this is possible to use this as a natural contraceptive method. So you don't have to use the pill or synthetic hormones or anything else, because truly there is actually only one ovulation day, you know, one day where the egg drops and the day that we can fall pregnant. But there is a 5-day window, a 5-day safety window that, you know, I would definitely recommend not having sex in, because in that window we release our mucus is like the egg white sticky fluid, and this stuff loves the sperm. It wants to stick it and grab it and make you pregnant, and that's what it's for. But the other days of the month, it's more like a sperm killing fluid, so you can't fall pregnant. And if you understand your cycles, then you can understand everything about yourself, and use it as a natural contraceptive method. For anyone coming off the pill, I would definitely recommend using other forms of contraception like a condom while you're getting used to learning about your cycles, because it's going to take a while for your cycles to regulate and everything. So for about 3 to 6 months I would, and it might be like, oh, you know, but this is long and this is just easier to stay on the pill, but it's really not. It's really not. If you weigh up the effects the pill is having on your body and on your womb and on your moods and on your life, to just give yourself some time to come off of it and to then track and learn your cycles. And if you've got an understanding partner, this is going to be better for him in the long run too. I think so, because when you're naturally in your cycle, all the natural sex drives come back too. So the only little frustrating thing probably is around ovulation. You know, your body, your boobs get a bit bigger. I swear your hair's nicer, you know, because your body wants to get you pregnant. That's the plan. So do use a condom and other methods of contraception. When you come off the pill, you know, there's diaphragm and spermicide and condoms. Like, so this will have to be something you'll go through. And that was hilarious and both, you know, and entertaining for me, because it's not something you want to use with your partner. Obviously, if you've been sleeping together without using anything, and then you've got to go back, it's like it's like you're teenagers again. But I really recommend pursuing this, because not to be on the pill, and to have my sexual freedom, and to have that knowledge of my body and how to keep myself safe sexually and free is just a wonderful thing. And I'm just so grateful for that. And I would love to teach this in schools to young girls. And I know a lot of mums probably would fear maybe that, you know, the younger generation won't be as careful or as diligent with a method like this, but I think they at least deserve to hear about it. I think they at least deserve to hear about the effects of the pill, and how they can get to know their cycles. There's apps now. Kids love, young women, we love smartphones and technology, and I use an app called Clue, which is incredible. Like every day of the month you can, log everything from I've got greasy hair, or my skin's good, or I'm exhausted today, my tummy's a bit more upset today, my boobs are tender today. You can log how you feel and what it also does is, so you put in your bleed days, and then it will calculate your ovulation days. Now, they say we ovulate day 14. It's different for everyone. Our cycles are different. So please don't just assume, okay, I'm at day 14 of my cycle, here's my ovulation, and then you can't do that. That's crazy and risky, and you're gonna fall pregnant if you do that. You need to be strict with yourself. And I think the fertility awareness method of taking your temperature, if that's something that you think you'll be good at, then do that to start with. Do check your fluid and track your cycle and take your temperature. For me, I am able now to just have a feel and know that if that's my ovulation day. So, and you'll know too, because sometimes certain sexual positions, they might be a little bit more uncomfortable, and if you imagine during ovulation our cervix drops down. So if it's sex from behind, or it might, and you feel like your partner's penis is actually in your tummy, for me, that's when the cervix is dropped and it's just too tender and too sensitive in there. And, so also the ovulation period is a great time for oral sex and massages and other things. But then, you probably will lead into wanting to have sex, but do not have sex over your ovulation window if you're not wanting to fall pregnant. It's to me, I've discovered it's as simple as that, and I wish I'd have known all of this a long time ago, and I can't wait to share this knowledge with women my age and women much younger that are on the pill or considering going on the pill. I just think we've just lost track and sight of who we are. In so many ways, there's so much detachment from our wombs now. There's so much detachment from everything, from religion to sexual suppression to programs like, I'm going to say it, Love Island. I haven't watched it. I'm sorry for all the fans out there that love it. And it's not that I'm judging that it's a watch show. I think what worries me more is women portraying a fakeness and a lack of authenticity to young women. Like, everyone who's out there in the public eye is a role model for our children and children's children. So I think it's really important that we stay true to ourselves and remember what's important. And for me, being connected to this beautiful body that we've been gifted in this life, to be connected to the body, to be connected to the womb, because our womb, if you're all still listening to me, our womb is our inner cauldron. This is our intuition, and this is a lot of the work that I teach on the Waking the Goddess retreats, because women do a lot of stuff to their womb, and themselves, and obviously in cases where women have been abused, and we completely in those cases detach from our wombs. And that's really sad, because our wombs really are our inner guidance. It's our inner power. It's where we birth and create life. It's a really special, magical place, and I want all women to love and forgive their wombs and nurture that space. We can also nurture that space with the use of yoni eggs, which is another subject of mine, and I definitely will wait to do another video on that one for you, because today what I really, really wanted to stress, or not even stress, is to share that if you are on the pill and you feel like you're in that trapped, stuck place, then please get in touch. If if there's anything I can help you with, those battles in your mind. If it's just a case that you get the Clue app today and begin to get in the habit of tracking your cycles and how you feel. All of this is really positive. I actually kept a journal when I came off the pill a couple of years ago, and I think I called it like Hannah off the pill, or getting to know the real me, because that's really what you feel like's happening. You really truly have an opportunity to get to know your body, and deeper than that, your mind, body, and your soul. Because how can like, if we're putting this synthetic hormone in us constantly from that amount of time, how can we truly know the rise and fall of our own moods? There's so much that already affects us as women and as humans, so I think let's keep it as nature intended and as natural as we possibly can, and get to know our bodies and ourselves and our bleeds. And when you grew up and periods were embarrassing to bleed, and hide the tampons, hide the sanitary towels, and the boyfriends would, oh God, and the names that the period's been given, the blob, paint the town red, got the decorators in, all this like vulgar men chat about this like really actually sacred special time. I'm in the red womb right now, and it's a special place. It's a special place and time. Women used to gather in tents, in the red tent or in the moon tent, whatever it was called at that time, and they would get together and either just sit on their own space and channel what was coming through at that time for them. So meditating and calling in that mother energy. This feels what's just coming up now for me. And they would chant and pray and gather and sing and just be together and have a big period party. How amazing is that? Because how misunderstood do you often feel on your period when you're around others that don't get you, or you might end up arguing with your partner because you're just more sensitive, and you're actually just meant to retreat. And everybody's different. It affects everybody differently, so that's why it's great to understand your own individual cycle. But it is a time to be celebrated. I know in some cultures, when young girls come on their period, there is a period party and they're gifted a piece of jewellery, and it's a special time, and it's not something to be embarrassed about. It's something to connect with and understand. And yeah, I really want to change people's opinions of periods and the pill. This is something that I've obviously battled with myself. Do know that I was on the pill from 14 till a couple of years ago, so like 15 years I was on the pill for. That's a really, really long time. And so please don't feel guilty if you have been on the pill for that long, because I have. And so have many women. A lot of women recognise sooner the effects it's having on them, if they're quite dramatic. I was kind of blissfully unaware, thinking, I love sex, and I love sex in sacred relationships with my partner. So to know that you had that was great. I didn't know that I could do this by myself. I didn't know I could track my cycles, and I didn't know I could feel my cervix, and I didn't know that I could do this all by myself. But of course we can. Of course we can. We're incredible spiritual beings that have existed for time before you've come down and actually got in this body. This I'm just expressing myself as Hannah in this lifetime. And yeah, there's a whole other lot of videos I've probably talked about in this one video, because I get excited. But it was just this sofa and feeling like I'm in the womb space that wanted me to talk about periods and the pill today. So if there's anything that you want to get in touch about, if you're scared to come off the pill, think about going on the pill, anything, like, please get in touch with me. And yeah, and if you'd like, if you're also you're looking to heal the womb space, there'll be a lot of things I'm doing surrounding that, as well as on the Goddess Retreat that is coming this September. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope I've got over lots of information about the pill. I'm going to write a piece up too to post with this video. So thank you so much for listening, and lots of love, much love and blessings.